Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this installment of Con Vlogs. Yay! So in early June of this year, I attended Iron City Comic Con, and I was super excited to go to this con because I was presenting not one, but two panels with my good friend at Cryptic Cosplay. This was the first time I had presented two panels at any con, so I was excited to put a new panel kind of in the roster and to get to present our old faithful cosplay music video panel. And so I was just kind of excited to be more involved with like the con production and events side of things. Now, both of these panels were on day one, Saturday of the convention. So that day was literally jam-packed with running back and forth to everywhere that we needed to go. Once I had finally made it through registration and got my wristbands and everything, we only had like 15 minutes or so before I had to turn right back around and head back out to my car because I didn't bring my laptop. I thought I was going to have more time than that. So I needed to go pick that up and then head out to the panel room to check in for the first panel of the day. Spent 15 minutes in the artist alley and now I have to go back and get my laptop because I left it in my car and we've got a panel to do today, boys.
Now watch on with the Lululemon bag. Practically blends in. You gotta do what you gotta do. Meow. Strut. Watch on would be a Lululemon kind of guy. You can afford it. Oh, probably.
Gaga. His scrap collected so hard he got my laptop. Gaga, no. So after letting my fiance carry my stuff through the convention for me, we headed up to the floor that all the panels were being held at to meet up with Cryptic and Jay, and to get kind of checked in and ready and set up for our first panel. Two guys chilling in the panel room, one seat away because they're not gay. It's panel room setup time, boys.
Why did I put my gloves on before I did this?
It was a decision.
It was a decision.
Now, there was virtually no support for panelists at this convention, like actually day of con. I was kind of expecting better because their communication leading up to the con had been really good. Like, we knew exactly where we were going, where to get badges, how to do this, how to do that. And the email had specifically said to check in with your event coordinator. So we walk into the panel room expecting someone to be in the room, which is pretty common at all other cons I've paneled at, where there is literally someone assigned to a panel room and like their job is just to run that panel room and they're like con staff or a volunteer or someone. But no, there was nobody there. But so we said, okay, well, whatever, we'll just keep setting up. And, it wasn't very long before we ran into some issues. Pretty much what they had done was they had put us in a room with just a TV, like no projector screen or anything, no HDMI cord to hook our computer up to the TV, and the remote on the TV had no batteries in it. So we couldn't like actually utilize the TV at all in any way. And we were kind of freaking out because this was a cosplay music video panel. Like, the visuals were really important to what we were presenting. Like, it's a panel about film. Like, you kind of have to see what's going on there to explain it. But we persevered. We presented the panel on our laptops and just like made everybody come really close up to the front of the room. And what I ended up figuring out, probably what had happened, was that they had set one con staff to run 3 panel rooms and a main stage room. And that is just simply not enough, especially when the main stage events were things like meeting like the actor who played Neville in Harry Potter. Like, you need more con staff than just one person to run 3 panel rooms and a main stage event room. And from what I could figure out, this was also just like pretty much a universal thing panelists were experiencing. Like, we were not the only ones who could not present our panel. The panel that came in after us was pretty much SOL 2. So The one bad thing I have to say is, like, there was nobody to help us, and there was not an HDMI cord in sight.
Well, that panel was rough. Not our fault. We did the best we could with what we had. But tisk tisk tisk. Oh, hi. We're filming. Good to know. Emma was out here like, yeah, you tell them. You tell me about it. I was like, I'm telling everyone about it, actually. I was here to be supportive. Emma, you did a great job. I felt very supported.
So, with our first panel kind of successfully, given our circumstances, half successfully done and out of the way, we had some time to get lunch. So Libby, Emma, and I headed over to the subway to get lunch before literally heading directly back into the convention center to set up for our next panel.
That's my favorite. Guys,
Now, we were lucky enough to have our good friend Chris swing by the convention center with an HDMI cord, so we were actually able to present our second panel like you normally would on a TV, and our PowerPoint presentation could be seen, which was also arguably maybe more important for this panel because this was legitimately a photography panel. It was on like the basics of cosplay photography, and it was very editing heavy. It was very visual heavy. Like, you needed to see the pictures to understand the concepts that we were talking about. So grateful that Chris got us an HDMI cord. Literally, it was like 30 seconds till panel start time, and we got the HDMI cord. So we might have been the only panelist who were able to actually present their panel if you didn't already bring your own HDMI cord. We made do, we made it work, and despite the stress of all the technical issues, all of our panels went well, and at this point, our duties for the con were officially over, and we could just be normal, typical con goers and enjoy the con like most other people do.
All right, what are we finally doing after literally all day?
The Artist Alley.
Frickin' finally.
We're gonna find plushies.
Those panels literally took all day. It's tight though, because we're going now.
So now it was finally time for the Artist Alley, which is Libby and mine's probably like one of our favorite parts of conventions. Like, we love the Artist Alley. If you can't find us anywhere at a convention, you can find us in the Artist Alley, I promise. I got to play one of those like silly little crane games, and Libby found the perfect plushie for her.
What did you get?
It's a Totoro.
It's Totoro!
Square.
Square Totoro. Adorable.
So, after a very successful walk in the Artist Alley, decompressing from the craziness of the panels, we decided to head up just in time to get seats to see our friends, AG and Kel, compete in the cosplay contest. Or so we thought.
Okay, well,
Whoa.
that was interesting. The con is evacuating.
Con is evacuating right before the cosplay contest. I'm glad that I got all my little trinkets. And
I know, I'm glad that we went and did our like last...
I sure might have two people's phones. I don't have proof of it, but I might have two people's phones on me right now.
Well,
We'll just wait for our friends to arrive.
that lives.
Yep.
A fire alarm
Lives
is
in our
crazy.
child.
How we doing? How we feeling?
I'm Hold this! Quickly, roll on fire! I need to take a picture of you exiting!
Gosh darn it, Katniss.
If we burn, you burn with us, Iron City Con.
Well, we made it back in.
Well, we got a great seat.
We did get great seats for the cosplay contest.
I was first to line up, and it meant nothing.
Meant nothing. We got evacuated.
But we were able to hike back in.
And we got good spots. And now we can cheer our friends on. Yay!
So, yeah. The story I got on Sunday of the convention was that a kid had accidentally pulled the fire alarm, but those were just kind of like the rumors going around the convention, and so, you know, who knows what really happened, but the fire alarm went off. However, the cosplay contest was able to go on as planned, and our friends Kel and AG even won Best in Sewing. We were so excited for them. We did a little dance for them afterwards, and at that point, it was time to head home from the con that day. Day 1 was over.
I didn't think that he was in. Hey, Chillian, where you been putting all your stuff this whole con? Into the thick of it? Okay.
What you need?
I don't even know what you got in there. Oh, my stuff, my BL. Thanks, Shaylin. Thanks, Gaga. Oh. Totoro, what were you doing in there?
Totoro.
Naughty Totoro.
Not here.
Who's driving that boat? Obligatory mirror selfie vid. All right, day 1, we out. We be up in you day 2. Let's go. I'm getting princess treatment today because I can't see, but Gojo Sensei can.
I'm bald.
30,000 therapists.
But I can see. Anyway, day 2 of Iron City, and we are on the move. We're vlogging and jogging, apparently. And yeah, I get to be passenger princess today.
Yay.
No road rage. Well, maybe. We'll see.
Passenger road rage.
I do have passenger road rage. Faux show.
I don't.
I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. I think today's mainly going to be Artist Alley Day, so huzzah!
Yesterday we got 2 really good plushies and 4 stickers and a bookmark and a beetle, and I got a yellow rock. I don't know what kind, but you don't see a lot of yellow rocks. So who knows what we could find today.
Things could go crazy.
We could go crazy.
We could go crazy. Could be an option.
We could find a chicken.
There is a chicken plushie that I was like, I kind of want to wait till I'm in Wei Wuxian to buy it. It's only
That
$10.
makes sense. Only $10.
It has a squeaky toy in it.
Like,
Iconique.
So Sunday, or day 2 of the con, was definitely our more chill day. We didn't really have any events that we had like dead planned to get to, and our only real agenda item was to go to the Artist Alley, so like naturally that was the very first thing we did. We beelined for the Artist Alley. We met up with our friends, and I did end up popping over to go see the Candy Mix Maid Cafe. It was the first time I'd ever been to a maid cafe, and it was so cute and really well done, and definitely has me like wanting to go to like more maid cafes when they're at cons, because I don't know what I was expecting, but it was cute, it was fun, they were energetic, it was a great performance. And then, you know, after that I went back to the Artist Alley, because that's where I spend 90% of my cons. Not 90%, but a lot of my time, my free time at cons where I don't have like events I want to go to, it's in the Artist Alley. So we went to the Artist Alley, then we finished up all of our shopping for the weekend, and we still had some time left in the day, so we said, you know what, let's go get pictures of these cosplays that we worked so hard to make. So now is where I leave you with our photo shoot montage of all the silly shenanigans that happened during the photo shoots.
Today's a win if I don't fall backwards.
Okay.
That's scary.
I needed the laugh to look real.
I know.
Baby no money. Have you seen those cosplays? Baby have money.
Into the whole of it.
the back of your head is ridiculous.
I still have the chicken in my sleeve. Let me get some pictures for it. I'll put it down while you figure out its picture. I said, there's something fluffy in here. Slay our enemies! Slay our enemies! SpongeBob started doing like fireworks. Nope.
So with that, our con had come to an end. We did go out to grab boba as a little post-con celebration, just kind of one last little sweet treat before we kissed the weekend goodbye and headed home to wallow in our post-con depression. So despite the technical difficulties that we experienced, we still had a lot of fun. My only real negative experience with the con is that they had one person running 3 panel rooms and a main stage event room. The actual planning of the convention and organization seemed really good and really well run on that front, and I will give it some credit where credit is due. This is a new con. This was only the 2nd year that it had been around, so definitely room for improvement, but pretty impressive considering that some cons who have been running for years still cannot acquire that level of organization. With that being said, a lot of people did show up to our panels and we were able to like successfully put them on. So that was really exciting, and it was really great to meet a bunch of new people who also share a lot of the same passions. We met a lot of Danmei nerds, which was so exciting. And like I said, Iron City is still a relatively new convention with some room to grow, so I am really excited just to see where it goes in the future and to hopefully go back next year. Now, if you want to see more of the places I go, the things that I do, or any of my creative projects, make sure that you subscribe and you drop a like down below, mostly to appease the YouTube gods, but partially to appease me as well. Thank you so much. Bye!